Hello, welcome to Dundrell's podcast. I'm Earls Justin. Today we're reviewing the Epic Collection Moon Knight, Volume 1 Bad Moon Rising, which collects issues. There's the back. Which collects issues Werewolf by Night issues 32 for 33, Marvel Spotlight 28 through 29, Defenders 47 through 50, Peter Parker Spectacular Spider-Man issues 22 through 23. I totally forgot about the Spider-Man comics in here. Marvel 2-in-1 52, Moon Knight issues 1 through 4, which that's like the end of the volume, and Hulk magazine 11 through 15, 17, 18, and 20, and Marvel Preview 21, which is this is rated teen for teen. It's $30 US, 49 Canadian. I paid like $50 for this, right? So just by the fact that this took me less than 2 weeks to read, you should know this is a good book. People that worked on this book is writers Doug Moench, who you'll know from a lot of Batman books. He's one of my favorite Batman writers. You got David Kraft, who wrote like the Defenders issues, and I can't remember exactly who worked on the Spider-Man books. But the best comics in this book are the ones written by Doug Moench, but also with art by Bill Sienkiewicz. Which the book starts off as Moon Knight as the villain, where he was hired by these guys to kill the Jack Russell, aka the Werewolf by Night guy who was a werewolf, right? Where Mark Spector, who's like a mercenary, who has 4 identities if you include the Moon Knight, which there's the other 2 besides from Mark Spector and Moon Knight is Jake Lockley, the cab driver. See if I can find any with Lake Lockley here. Okay. I mean, there he is. Shit. I had it and I missed it. There he is as Jake Lockley. And there he is as Stephen Grant, the millionaire. Which in this issue, they drawn Mark Spector, Moon Knight, to look like Clint Eastwood. This is when Bill Sienkiewicz is doing the inking. When Bill Sienkiewicz is doing the inking, the book is really good, right? So the book, I will say, when it's written by Doug Moench, that's when the book is really good. That's when you have the Batman feel, especially in this book where he fights a lot of crazy villains, crazy people, right? Which also I should mention the Werewolf by Night books. They retconned his origin story, where in that book he was like a villain who was like a mercenary hired to kill to capture Jack Russell by the committee, right? And he was given the Moon Knight costume, where here you have the original Moon Knight costume with the glider cape, which they changed to this long cape. This is where in this issue he meets the Incredible Hulk, which that was a funny issue. Because in that issue, he's stumbling around in the dark and he encounters the Hulk but doesn't realize it. And then in the next issue you see that night through the Incredible Hulk's perspective, which it was like a lunar eclipse. So Hulk was like, "Where's the moon?" Hulk must find moon. Hulk must leave weird place. That was an awesome issue. But yeah, they retconned it so that it turns out it was his man Frenchie, who's the helicopter pilot that works for Moon Knight, infiltrated the committee, and they came up with the Moon Knight costume together. Where like you also have this other origin story where like he was in Egypt where he met Marlene, his like girlfriend, who also helps him, and he gets killed by the Bushman, who's this crazy mercenary guy with. See if I can find that issue. See if I can find that issue. There's Bushman. There's Bushman. Right, and that's when they go into the whole, like Moon Knight is like the reincarnation of Khonsu, the Egyptian god or whatever. The book goes all over the place. But what I really liked was when he was fighting crazy villains, like he fought like random like serial killers. Which one of them turned out to be his brother, which I thought that was kind of random, because like you don't even find out until the end of that issue that it was his brother, and yeah, and then there's also the issue where like where they talk about the CIA MK Ultra mind control experiments, where he fights this MK Ultra guy who has like electrodes like implanted in his brain, kind of like the Thinker. Which, let me see if I can find that issue. Yeah. The art for that issue was great too. Here it is. They're in Paris. Oh, yeah, he's right there. Oh. Like, he's right there. Let's see if I can find a better... Yeah, he's a... Can't seem to find full pictures of this guy. Which you gotta love the inking, man. When Bill Sienkiewicz is doing the inking. Yeah. Also the Defender issues were kind of sucked, but they were kind of cool as well. Though I kind of hated Hellcat. Hellcat is the worst. One, she has this like 1950s like outfit, and in that issue, and she goes to the Avengers mansion, gets in a fight with Wonder Man, which I gotta say, I love this Wonder Man costume. Doesn't know who Wonder Man is. Tries to beat the crap out of him, and the Defenders join in. Even Moon Knight, right there. Which the other members of the team at that point was Nighthawk, Valkyrie, and a Hulk, but he's not in this issue. And there you see Moondragon. I guess she showed up. Yeah. But like, yeah, in the next issue of the Defenders, you get some like rip-offy, like Jack Kirby-esque art. Which this story is kind of crazy. It's basically about the incel brother of Doug Moench. Doug Moench didn't write this, by the way. I think it was David Kraft. You have the incel brother of Nick Fury, who, despite the fact that he has superpowers, feels inferior to Nick Fury. So he creates this. He has this like Nick Fury LMD, life model decoy. That's his like only best friend, and like he creates these like army of dudes, the other members of the Zodiac, to help him take over the world, because because he hates the world, because he was born with shitty superpowers, which the superpowers he has is like he can like turn into water. And then he also made a girlfriend, but the girlfriend was destroyed during the fight. And it makes him like quit. Which that was funny. There was also this subplot where he tries to first he kidnaps like Valkyrie's ex-husband, which Valkyrie is like inhabiting the body of this woman, and like that I guess there was this thing going on with the ex-husband or whatever. And then he kidnaps, like, Nighthawk, right? He kidnaps Nighthawk. And then, like, for like, money. And it turns out he doesn't even need the money to make his, like, robot. So it was like, what the heck, man. But overall, I really enjoyed the book. It was written from 1975 to 1980, and there's a lot of, like, that dark, like, gritty 1970s New York in this book. But you also have other locations like Paris and shit. Where else did they go? Egypt, right? There's parts where they're in Egypt. Yeah, so, like, I really enjoyed the book. The art, the Bill Sienkiewicz art is really great. Though, like, later on in the issues, like the Moon Knight 1 through 4, the backgrounds get a little lazy. But overall, I thought the book was good. I thought the book and the art was good. Look at these covers, right? Oh, he also fights this, like, wolf boy, pirate-looking dude called Lupinar, who tries to bomb New York with nuclear weapons, which Moon Knight found out about it. Look at this art, man, by Bill Sienkiewicz. Here's some black and white covers. I think there was more. Yeah, it's just hard to do it with these gloves. But yeah, like, just look at that art, man. This is when he was, like, fighting the CIA. Which they totally got the MK Ultra program wrong. It wasn't about, like, trying to brainwash people, like the enemy. It was trying to brainwash the populace, but whatever, right? That's just conspiracy talk. But I did think it was funny that they talked about that. Also, one complaints I do have, they changed the glider cape before they mentioned in the story that they changed it, right? Which the new glider cape does look cool, but just looks like a regular cape. It looks less practical than this one, which is attached to the gauntlets here. Where the new glider cape, it just looks like a regular cape that he holds onto and he's able to glide. And then there's also the nunchucks. His main weapon, he has, like, throwing. His two weapons is that he throws, like, these crescent moon darts, and he has this basically a club attached to his boot. Whatever happened to the Keltis spiked gauntlets on his hand? I guess he got rid of that. But yeah, it's like he gets nunchucks, right? And he only uses them, like, twice in the book, right? So that was kind of, I thought, like, you know, nunchucks are probably a more practical weapon than this really short club. Which in the video game, in the video games where you play as Moon Knight, he has this, like, this staff, which I thought looked really cool. He doesn't have it. Yeah. But overall, I enjoyed this book. I thought the stories where Doug Moench is writing crazy characters. Even people even think this guy's crazy, which obviously he's not. Because, like, despite which identity he assumes, he's pretty much the same person. And nobody buys the cabbie character, which, you know, gets exposed by Gina, which is the diner lady who he goes for information, and the homeless guy Crawley, which both end up working for Moon Knight later on in the book, right? Oh, and I have that was the one in the middle. That's, like, the first Moon Knight book I ever picked up. That's by Danny Huston, David Finch. That book sucks, but the art is really cool, so I wouldn't exactly recommend that. Yeah, and the reason why I have Ghost Rider and Daredevil there is because they're part of the Marvel Knights line with Moon Knight. Yeah, which Punisher and Power Fist and Power Man or Luke Cage are both part of the Marvel Knights. Yeah, this is an 8 out of 10. My next review is going to be viewer requested reviews that we've been waiting a long time to do. The next one is going to be Canto, If Only I Had a Heart by IDW. And then we'll finally do Watchmen, which this is a thick book. I thought Watchmen was only 12 issues, man. What the heck is this? Oh, man. But yeah. Overall, I think this book is worth the $50 Canadian, 40 US. And I can't wait for the second volume. I've also reviewed other epic collections and omnibuses, like the Adam Warlock collection and the Howard the Duck volumes, epic collection. Make sure to check out those review guys, and the Inhumans if you like 70s comics. All right, guys, that's